prior to making decisions or issuing instructions, as it were. And I want us to just quickly have regard to what he did once he got to the scene. If we can go to his statement, it's page 63.
Which one of your files, Ms. Bowen?
Chair, embarrassingly, I wrote the page number, not the bundle. But I suspect... $190. Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Witness I, if we can just go to the exhibit file, which has the docket and Khan disciplinary at page 190.
Which page?
Page 100 and... It starts at page 190, but if we can go to page 191, because that's where I think he starts dealing with what transpired. And then just before I read what he has to say, I just want to...
I thought you were speaking, witness I. Have you found the page?
Yes.
All right. Just before dealing with what he says at page 191, I just wanted to confirm a few things. You indicated that Major General Khan didn't introduce himself to the members. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you engage with him at all?
No, I never spoke with him for the day.
All right.
I only spoke with Ricardo.
Okay. Great. Let's now go to what he has to say. Let's start at paragraph 7. Just briefly, he indicates that on his arrival, he saw many police cars at the scene, including that he saw a truck and a black Nissan buggy parked next to the truck, fully loaded with black bags. He then went to the group of police officers who were at the scene and engaged with them. He got a briefing from Highway Patrol. He then engaged the risk manager of Scania. Then you'll see at paragraph 8, he then approached the members who were standing next to the buggy. And then he says there at paragraph 8 that he engaged with you. Can you see that?
Yes.
And you say that this never happened.
Yeah, this never happened. It's a lie, paragraph 8 by the general. All
right, let's test if that's a lie. Now, he indicates there that he asked you why you were there, and you indicated to him that this was your operation and that you were from DPCI Pretoria. He then says he asked who your commanding officer was, and you informed him that it was Colonel Bok. And then you gave him Colonel Bok's number, and he called Colonel Bok. Now...
Yeah, the whole paragraph of paragraph 8 is a lie. People who were on the scene next to the buggy can confirm that. The whole paragraph 8 is non-existent.
All right.
Can I just ask, how would he have known that your immediate superior is Colonel Bok? You remember we read earlier the statement of Colonel Siobe, who says that
Yes.
Colonel Bok approached her, came to her and asked about you, whether
Yes.
she knows about an operation. How would Lieutenant Major General Khan have known about who your superior is if that did not come from you?
Because General Kadwa was there, he's my provincial head, and Brigadier Schovela was also there, she's my provincial commander. He will have gotten those details from the provincial commander or the provincial head.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Witness I.
But he would not have known that you would later make allegations that you and him never interacted at the scene. He would not have known that. So
Yes.
why would this become an issue at all?
I think it needs to be verified with all the people who were on the scene. It could be confirmed that he never spoke with me. It's me who asked other people who he was.
Maybe let me put it differently. This aspect about the two of you having interacted or not having interacted, unless you tell me otherwise, it looks fairly innocuous. So I do not understand why there should be an issue around it. Are you able, why there is? Are you able to tell?
I don't know. I'm also surprised, Commissioner. I'm wondering.
I guess you would say I should ask the same question of him as well. If it's something innocuous, why the two of you are differing on it. Yes.
Yes.
Chair, perhaps if we consider the evidence of Colonel Bok as a third party,
Yes.
I think it will show why Witness I's version is improbable. If we go to, we're in the same file, luckily, page 170.
Yes, Ms. Bo.
Witness I, can I take you to page 170, paragraph 2?
Yes.
You'll see there, it's a statement from Colonel Bok. And without reading
Yes.
the entire thing, he indicates that at 11:55, he received a call from Major General Khan asking if you had reported to him and whether you had a narcotic investigation in that unit. He responded in the affirmative,
Yes.
and he then asked him, he then indicated to him that he was going to arrest you for defeating the course of justice. Now, this is at 11:55, and I just want to place it on record that we have heard evidence that the more senior officials from DPCI arrived a little later. And this is evident if you look at the next page, at page 171 at paragraph 5. There, Colonel Bok indicates that he got a missed call from the provincial head of Major General Kadwa at 12:25, and that was the missed call, to which Colonel Bok called him back, and basically General Kadwa was requesting the same information that was requested by General Khan. So if you are to be believed, it would be nonsensical for both generals to call one after the other, if indeed it was that Major General Khan learned from Major General Kadwa of your position, then only one would have called. So both the time lapse and the calling of the two generals, at least to me, suggests that Major General Khan called first and pursuant to a conversation with you.
No, Commissioner, I still maintain I never had a conversation with General Khan, and all the people on the scene could confirm to that effect.
And then, if we go back to General Khan's statement, it's page 190.
Yes.
You will see he indicates that after his engagement with you and having called Colonel Bok, he went on to call each one of the commanding officers of the other people at the scene to ascertain whether or not they had operations. And there he learned that none of them had told their commanding officers. Can you see that's at paragraph 9 on page 192. Thereafter, it's when he decided that, look, this needs further investigation, and handed over the scene to Major General Kadwa. Now, it appears to me that at least if regarders had to Major General Khan's version, he exercised more caution and reasonableness in that he engaged everyone at the scene before making a determination. And even when he considered the actions and just the fact that those 3 officers were present, he could see there was something wrong. Yet you don't seem to share that view. What's your comment to that?
The fact that he never contacted me and he alleged he spoke with me, that's what I don't agree with.
And other than that, do you accept that his conduct was reasonable?
From investigative point of view, no. Because he's a general of crime intelligence, all the things he did were supposed to be done by General Kadu.
Yet you equally indict General Kadwa for having received a briefing from him so that he can assign members to do the investigation.
Pardon?
I'm saying that you say those things ought to have been done by General Kadwa, yet you indict him for having been briefed by Major General Khan and then assigning people to deal with that investigation.
No, Commissioner. The thing is, General Khan came to the scene and took over the scene and gave instructions. As a crime intelligence general, to start with, he was not supposed to be on scene. That's why I'm saying those things were supposed to be done by General Kadwa, who heads investigation unit.
All right. The evidence that has been put before this commission is actually that the arrests were all made by Colonel Sebola now, who was then a captain. So Major General Khan didn't arrest anyone.
But he gave instructions.
He gave instructions to who?
He was speaking aloud. I don't know to whom specifically he was instructing. Maybe those members of organized crime, Jimmy Stan and Joe Beck.
Yes, and the version of the organized crime, Jemiston, is that they took over the scene and they effected the arrests, they collected the exhibits. So they took over the scene and conducted all of those things that you accuse General Khan of having done.
Can we just, this witness may not be aware the directors of the company Yellow Jersey Logistics, which is the company that was transporting this container to Scania in Eraton, they say, and you see that in 145 of the same bundle, they say Mashaba and Mukhane introduced themselves as crime intelligence. Were you aware of that?
No, I'm not, Commissioner.
Now, can you blame a crime intelligence general for going to the scene when he is told that there are people who are impersonating crime intelligence and conducting a drug bust in Ireton? Now that you know those facts, can you blame a crime intelligence general for going to a crime scene if there's information received that there are people impersonating crime intelligence who are conducting a drug operation?
No, Commissioner.
So you will withdraw the statement that he was not supposed to be there?
Okay, Commissioner.
Please look at page 145, paragraph 3.
Yeah, I'm having a look at it.
This is the statement of the operations director at Yellow Jersey. You see, he says while he was
Yes.
at home preparing to go to work, Hardas, their intermodal director, gave him a call stating that there are people from crime intelligence here asking to open the container, and he asked if that was normal. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see it, Commissioner.
And those people are Mokhano and Mashaba. And we know that Mashaba is not from crime intelligence. He's a traffic officer from Citibank. And we know that, Mashaba, and we know that Mokhano is a SIMA analyst based in Zonkizizwe. He's not crime intelligence. Even if he was crime intelligence, he's not operational. He's desk-based. So he would have no business asking to open containers. Now that you know those facts, do you still say it was improper for a crime intelligence general to be called to the scene to see what's going on?
No, I was not aware of this.
Thank you.
Just on the back of that, now that you know you've had this, which you say you were not aware of, that Mahano and Mashaba misrepresented themselves as crime intelligence officers, you know that now. Do you accept that that alone is suspicious, makes their conduct suspicious?
Yes, Commissioner.
You accept that?
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay. Thank you.
Witness, I'm going to move on quickly to, I think it's the end of paragraph 22 of your statement, where you talk
Paragraph?
about 22. But
Yes.
the end of paragraph 22 on page 8, where you indicate
Yes.
that you learned from Sergeant Pakula that the quantities of exhibits collected from the scene were different, and instead the block of bricks were less by 100. Evidence has been presented to this commission that that is untrue. And in fact, what happened was that there were more bricks that ultimately were reported to FSL than what was recorded on the scene. And the difference was 15 blocks.
Yeah, I learned that from here, Commissioner, yes.
Right, so that's also incorrect. Now, if we move on, and on the back of the discussions you had with both Commissioners Baloyi and Kumalo, do you accept that the indictment that you launched on Generals Kadwa and Khan, where you say on the day in question it's evident that those individuals were acting above the law, that is an unfair criticism on the two generals?
Yeah, having learned what now is presented, yes, I agree, Commissioner.
All right, and then if we can go to paragraph 28 of your statement, where you deal with the investigation by IPID into the Ayrton drug bust. Want you in particular to go to paragraph 28, where you say you were told that Major General Gerber concluded that Generals Khan and Kadwa were doing their job. Just for you to note that the Commission has received evidence that Major General Gerber was not investigating General Khan. That report looked into the conduct of just the DPCI officers.
Oh, yes.
So that's also untrue. And then, one other topic I want to touch on with you is related to...
Oh, sorry, Ms. Bowe. Witness I don't know if this was covered. Can you just explain to me how the two generals had defeated the ends of justice?
Firstly, with General Khan, as is now highlighted to me, his presence, how did it come about, which I was not aware of. But before...
Are you making that preface to then say now you accept that there was no defeating of the ends of justice?
Yeah, after now being highlighted of some of the facts pointed out to me.
So you no longer say they defeated the ends of justice?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Yes, Ms. Bowen.
All right, now I want us to deal with the events around the meeting of 29 January 2025 at page 10 of your statement.
Yes.
In particular, there you testified that you received a call, or at least you were informed by Captain Zungu that
Yes.
individuals would like to have a meeting with you. And
Yes.
when I asked you what role did Mr. Madlanga play in this exercise, you indicated that he didn't play a direct role. Instead, you were called by Captain Zungu. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, I just want us to go to page, it's CJC 220, page 226 of the file 2 of the Stain exhibits.
CJC?
Just go to page 226 of file 2.
Yes.
All right. Now, there you will see a conversation between Mr. Mokhotsi and Mr. Madlanga.
Yes.
And you'll see
Yes.
there that Mr. Mokhotsi gives a report back after the meeting that he had with you. And you'll see at the top of the page, the second entry there on the 28th of Jan 2025, Mr. Mokhotsi texts and says, actually, that's just the day before, it says Boso. But if you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chat 6 on the 29th of January 2025, you'll see that
Yes.
Mr. Mokhotsi provides feedback to Mr. Madlanga and indicates to him that the meeting was positive to which Mr.
Page, Commissioner?
226. Just after halfway through the page.
Make sure that he's got the right bundle.
Oh,
because
yes.
We are moving between bundles.
Do you have it in front
Yes.
of you?
Yeah, I see it.
Yes, so you see there where he says the meeting was positive,
Yes?
to which Mr. Matlala responds and says, is he willing to help you guys? And Mokgotsi responds and says, I just wish he could help with a statement, and says, I think he needs cash. And if you go to the following page, on page 227, Mr. Matlala indicates and says, okay, arrange with Khan to give him cash if the information he has is worth it. Now, Mr. Mokgotsi testified before this commission and indicated that it was Mr. Matlala who made that introduction between you and Mr. Mokgotsi. You were Mr. Matlala's guy. What do you have to say to that?
Mr. Matlala says he did what?
Mr. Mokgotsi says that you were Mr. Matlala's guy.
You introduced him, Mr. Mokgotsi, to Mr. Matlala. That was Mr. Mokgotsi's testimony.
No, I will say it's a lie because I never spoke with Mr. Matlala, only spoke with Captain Zungu for the day. Even my reason going there.
How did you know that the meeting that you are being invited to was facilitated by Mr. Matlala if you had nothing to do with him? If you didn't know him, you didn't speak to him, how are you able to say that he facilitated this meeting?
Because that's what Captain Zungu informed me.
And why would Captain Zungu assume you know Mr. Matlala to the point that you would agree to go to a meeting facilitated by Mr. Matlala? What did Zungu know about your relationship with Matlala?
No, he knew I was a witness on General Khan's net.
Yeah, that doesn't explain how Mr. Matlala comes in. You see, when Captain Zungu approaches you and says, Mr. Matlala is facilitating or has asked or is arranging that you have a meeting with crime intelligence officer and Mr. Mokgotsi, he has to have a reason to believe that you would go to that meeting if he mentions to you that it's a meeting arranged by Matlala. Otherwise, his conduct doesn't make sense. If he has no basis to think that mentioning Mr. Matlala, a meeting arranged by Mr. Matlala, you would, if he didn't have a reason to think you would go.
Commissioner, it was not mentioned of the people I'm having a meeting with. It was only mentioned it's in relation with the disciplinary aim of General Khan.
So,
I mean, like communication for the day commissioners can be verified by itemized billing of the day that the person I spoke to was Captain Zungu only and no one else.
yes, even if we accept that, and let's say for my discussion with you, I accept that Captain Zungu is the one that contacted you. He would have told you that the meeting is facilitated by Mr. Matlala, right? That's why you say it in your statement.
Yes.
And then my question is, if you had nothing to do with Mr. Matlala and Captain Zungu had no reason to believe that you have anything or to even think that you have anything to do with Mr. Matlala, why would he think that if he tells you that the meeting is facilitated by Mr. Matlala, you would attend? Why would he think that?
Commissioner, it's not him thinking that. I believe what led me to go to the meeting was the fact that I was informed it's in relation to me being a witness on General Khan's matter. It entails General Khan. The fact that I was informed it entails General Khan, that's what led me to go. If maybe I was told, go attend a meeting, it's in relation to some other guy, just name a person, I wouldn't have gone. What asked me to go was that it's in relation with General Khan, and I needed to get more info on what is it in respect of General Khan,
Yes.
since I'm a witness on his matter.
Yes, the emphasis of my question is on Mr. Matlala, not what the meeting was about. It's on it being mentioned to you that the meeting is facilitated by Mr. Matlala. It seems a random mention to you. If it doesn't make a difference. If you didn't know Mr. Matlala, you had nothing to do with him, and Captain Zungu had no reason to think that you have anything to do with Mr. Matlala at all, that he would mention to you that it's facilitated by Mr. Matlala just doesn't make sense. It comes out of nowhere. And I want to suggest to you that he mentioned it because he knows that you have something to do with Mr. Matlala. That's why he tells you it is a meeting arranged by Mr. Matlala. It's because he knows that you know who Matlala is, you have something to do with it. And you will go to a meeting when he tells you that Mr. Matlala is involved with arranging that meeting. So what I'm putting to you is I think you're not being frank with us in your representing an arm's length relationship with Mr. Matlala. You actually do and did, as at that time of the meeting, had a much closer interaction with him than what you are representing to us. Do you want to comment?
No, I don't have any comment, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Witness, I get a sense that you have forgotten what you said in your supplementary statement. Did you not say
Yes.
in your supplementary statement that from around August, September 2023, Zungu arranged for you to go live in Matlala's family house for a period of 2 years?
Yes. Yes.
So why do you, in your response to Commissioner Baloyi, do you not mention that there was that relationship? My suspicion, and this is an inference that I would like to draw, but to be fair to you, I'd like to give you an opportunity to respond. From the facts you have given us, it seems to us that you were grateful to Mr. Matlala for having provided you security and accommodation for 2 years, and now he wanted a favor from you, and you were willing to do a favor from him. You were willing to do a favor for him, rather.
No, I was not willing, as I did not, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Witness I'd like for us to then have a look at what happens at this meeting that was facilitated by Mr. Matlala.
Maybe before you move on, you took us to those WhatsApp messages. Maybe let's ask the question, even if the answer may seem obvious.
Okay.
At page 227, witness I, of that bundle that started at page 226. In fact, let's start at 226. Mr. Mahotsi says to Mr. Matlala, I think he needs cash. And we know from Mr. Mahotsi's evidence that this discussion was about you. Your meeting, that you want cash to be able to assist, if you're going to assist them. Then Mr. Matlala, that is Dlamini there, we know Dlamini is Mr. Matlala from the evidence. Dlamini says, okay, arrange with Khan to give him cash if the information he has is worth it. Did you receive any payment from
No.
about relating to the case of Mr. Khan, of General Khan?
No, Commissioner, earlier on, you remember, I mentioned a fact that transcripts of the recording have been contaminated with, as they don't reflect truly what has happened. I never received any cash. I was awaiting the CI guy and Brown to contact me to bring the bag as they promised so I could arrest them. But the fact of those, they don't reflect it. That's why I say the recording was contaminated. Only what is displayed is what benefits them.
And maybe just to confirm, where there is reference to a bag in the transcript, is that a reference to money?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
when they informed me.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Thank you, Ms. Burke.
Witness if we can then turn to, maybe perhaps before we deal with the transcript, just to note at paragraph 220, no, page 220 of the same bundle, maybe 220.
Yes,
Just to contextualize this was an application to get verbal authorization to run a section 252A entrapment. Remember yesterday you explained to us that this is one of your
Yes.
responsibilities now at TOMS. You will
Yes.
see at paragraph 2 of that document that there's a description of what transpired at that meeting.
yes,
And you'll see there, briefly it explains that there was a meeting between you and the CI officer where you indicated that you were going to give evidence before a departmental hearing whereby
Yes.
Major General Khan is charged with misconduct. It is alleged that you then told these two men that the disciplinary hearing was a set-up, but that you were willing to change your testimony at the hearing in order to assist Major General Khan in winning the case. They inquired why you would do this, and you indicated that Mr. Mokgotsi would be in a position to assist you by utilizing his political influence to get you a promotion to a full colonel. It's also indicated that you said you also expected a bag in addition to that promotion. And then at the conclusion of this, there was an agreement that you will meet again to finalize this transaction. Right. Now, your version is that's not what happened. The two men came to you to entice you to change your testimony. Is that correct?
yes. And further, Commissioner, I'd like to indicate that I'll say Brown Mokgotsi maybe misled the people who were doing the application because it's not truly the facts which really happened. It's him and the CI guy who informed me they need to fix things. They will arrange I get a promotion and get a bag.
All right. Now, if we go back now to the transcript, if you go to page 197, you will see there, that's where the transcript starts. When the recording started, there was a discussion about a Brazilian shop somewhere in Rivonia. And it seems Mr. Mokgotsi was on the phone and you inquired whether he was joining. And just to remind everyone that man 1 is you, man 2 is a CI officer, and man 3 is Mr. Mokgotsi. You'll see there, just towards the bottom of the page, so you'll see there's where man 2 starts and says, yeah. It starts there, sorry. Towards the foot of the bottom of the page, where man 1, where you start speaking in Sesotho, or man 2 says, introduce yourself. Can you see that? Maybe that's the easiest one to point you to.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see that. Man 2
Yeah.
says, introduce yourself. You respond and say, I don't know him, it's the first time I see him. Man 2 then says, he told me he was coming to meet someone, and then he asked me to come. Says, oh yeah. And then you respond and say, oh yeah, he brought you to me. And man 3 says, he brought me home. You then, the CI officer then says, talk to me, what's happening? Then you start and say, no, it was though and then it's inaudible, so I don't know, they told you why. Now, if you go to the next page, you'll see the explanation that you then give, and you say, and apparently he said there's someone who can assist us in this whole thing. Then it's inaudible. And then I said, okay, we'll go and discuss the condition. And then it's inaudible, and then you say, this one is safe. Let's just say it's a syndicate. Can you see that?
Yes.
And what it appears is that the CIO asks you what we are there for, and then you explain that somebody says you can assist with this whole thing. And then it starts. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but the gist of what happens is that you then explain that there's this disciplinary hearing coming up. You had a meeting with the employee rep, and the employee rep, you say, the way I was consulted with Khumalo, there is no chance or possibility. And then you say, I can't make sure from the evidence and the statement I made and the evidence you can overlook legally, right? And you then tell them that there's a plot against Khan. And then there's intermittently you speak about the problems within DPCI, and ultimately you eventually get to your conditions for changing your statement. And then you tell them that you need assistance with your promotion. And you complain about the promotion process within SAP, within TOMS, and then there's then the reference to the bag. And what it seems like is that you called them to a meeting, you explained to them what you have to offer, you told them their conditions, and they told you that they needed a statement. There was a whole discussion about whether a statement would suffice. Eventually it landed at writing to the minister in order to stop the hearing from happening, and there you will indicate to the minister that there was a plot against General Khan. And that's what the transcript of this meeting shows. This is then supported by the evidence, the statement from the CI officer, and it's also the testimony of Mr. Mokgotsi.
Commissioner, can I just interject? Between this transcript, it seems like some of the things are not here. That's why I was insisting, I believe the recording has been contaminated. Or
Yes.
manipulated, as it is. Because it's not fully everything as is indicated here. It seems like there's a selective things which have been put in here.
Now, Colonel, even accepting that the recording may be contaminated, you see, what happens after that meeting is that a proper inquiry is then registered to entrap you. And that suggests that they were trying to undertake now a legitimate operation. Whereas on your version, after they tried to, how do you register an inquiry? Do you understand the difficulty with your version?
Yes.
And what's worse, outside of reporting it, you reported to one person who you say wasn't part of the meeting. And that person, there's no affidavit or anything that he has filed to corroborate your version. Do you acknowledge that?
I'll say it's because it was never asked. If it could have been asked, it could have been provided.
All right. Now,
And can
yes.
I continue?
Yes, you can.
And secondly, in respect of registering, remember as I told you that some of the things as you report them, they are being escalated further. Remember here, if I reported this, it's very much obvious that it was going to get to General Khan's attention that I intend entrapping his member about the meeting I had with him and Mr. Mkhozi. And previously, I did have operations where I requested Section 252 authorization instantly on time of action, and I received verbal authorization and executed the operation. I think 2 or 3 operations I had where I requested authorization telephonically instantly when it's time to operate. And that was the plan again in this instance, so that I could secure arrest of the 2 people.
Now, Colonel, if you consider the application that was drafted in that regard, it was that verbal authorization that was sought. So you can get that quick authorization had you requested it, but you took no steps to do so.
Commissioner, as I indicated that previously I did get authorization verbal. Telephonically, I explain everything. They say once the operation is completed, do paperwork. It has happened.
So you mean for something else, not for this instance?
Yes.
Then I'm not sure how it helps your point.
It helps my point in that the intention I had is still surface in that if they phoned me back and said, let's meet after this day, I was going to initiate that telephonic request for authorization, and once received, I executed.
Just to note, there was an agreement to meet, and hence that's why they did this verbal authorization.
But they never came back to me.
Yes, but you had agreed to a meeting with them.
Yes.
In fact, I think there was even a date for a meeting.
No, Commissioner, they said they will come back to me, and they never came back to me. And I saw somewhere in the transcript, Mr. Mkhozi allege I'm not around, I'm out of province. I mean, like, cross-reference could be made. I was in Pretoria the whole time.
You were in Pretoria the whole time?
Yes, that whole month.
Yeah. Well, Colonel, I'm going to put to you that your version is improbable. It's not supported by any external evidence. And in fact, we have at our disposal multiple statements from various people who have testified, including documentation and transcripts that show the opposite of what you're saying in relation to this meeting. Do you have a comment?
I'll dispute that, Commissioner. I will dispute that.
Thank you, Colonel. Commissioners, there are other topics that the witness covered, but I don't intend to go into those topics with this witness.
Witness I, the same file on, it's file 2 on page 240. It says Colonel Stein exhibit bundle. That's the same file you are dealing with now. Are you
Yes, 204.
Are you on page 240?
Yes, Commissioner.
You will see there that Advocate Chaskalson was leading the evidence of Brown Mokgotsi, and they were reading from paragraph 35 of his statement. That's in line 4.
Yes.
And it says, they are reading from the statement, in December 2024, Matlala referred me to a high-ranking police officer, and I subsequently met him. I knew him as I had conducted an operation with him in the past. He shared information with me of the intention to craft a negative finding in respect of the disciplinary hearing against Major General Khan. So Matlala says, Mokgotsi says it was Matlala who referred him to you. Do you see that?
The question, Commissioner?
Say that again?
I'm asking, the question is, Commissioner?
So do you dispute that, what Mokgotsi said, that it was Matlala who referred him to you, and that he subsequently met you? You don't dispute that?
Yes.
And then lastly, on page 242, they are continuing with Brown Mokgotsi's statement. Brown Mokgotsi says it was you who wanted money. So if you read from line 18, Mr. Mokgotsi says he spoke about something. He said, yes, he was talking about a bag. Maybe he implied cash, but he never said a bag of cash. Do you see that?
No, I dispute that,
Yes.
Commissioner.
And then later on, he says, it goes back to the chat that Commissioner Baloyi was referring you to, where Mokgotsi says the reason why he had to go back to Matlala is because the person Matlala had referred him to was asking for cash. Therefore, he needed to go back to Matlala to tell him that you were asking for cash. And that's how it came about, that the discussion about Khan. That Khan must organize cash for you.
I'll dispute that. Maybe Mr. Mokgotsi wanted cash himself. Because me, what was asked was that I change a statement, the facilitator get a promotion and a bag. Maybe Mr. Mokgotsi, when he related to other people, he puts me in a picture which he is the one who's doing that. Because from what you are indicating to me, the only narrative I could make is that it's him, Mr. Mokgotsi, who wants it and displays it as if it's me. Because on the meeting, it's him and the CI guy who offered me a bag and a promotional post.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Witness I. You are excused.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yes, Ms. Bowen.
Chair, we are ready to commence with the next witness. We do have a application, though, from that witness that needs to be dealt with before. So, because we just need to set up the witness, we're just going to ask for a short indulgence, just to test the sound and make sure that the witness is ready, and then we can commence.
We'll hear from you then. Let's adjourn.
As the container is a duplicate of his inquiry file, of which I did inform witness I and promised to attend. Did you follow those two paragraphs, witness I?
Yes.
So on his version, he doesn't say anything about having told you about the scene and the 23 bags. In fact, what he says rather is that his brother, Warrant Officer Pakula, called him and told him to bring the narcotic dogs to the scene. And he himself wasn't at the scene, because he then says that he shared the location after he arrived. And it is Warrant Officer Pakula who asks him to share the location with you. And interestingly, there he notes that he was informed by Warrant Officer Pakula that the container is a duplicate of the inquiry you are investigating. This to me suggests that rather there was a call between you and Warrant Officer Pakule. And whether it was you who made the suggestion to use the inquiry or him, you then decided that you will use this inquiry to legitimize their presence at that scene. Do you have any comment to that?
No, Commissioner, the comment I'll make is that I never knew Warrant Officer Pagola up until that day. The only person I knew was Sergeant Pagola and Sapi.
And so are you suggesting there that Sergeant Pagula is lying in his recollection of the events?
Maybe the facts he present are not detailed as they should be, because I didn't know Warrant Officer Pagola. And if Warrant Officer Pagola knew me, I don't know on which basis, because I only knew Sergeant Pagola.
Witness, maybe then let me tell you what you've said about this situation. For this, I need us to go to the stain file 2. If we can just go to page 203. Yes, 203. Maybe just to note, this is a recording of the meeting that took place between yourself, a colonel from Crime Intelligence, and Mr. Mohotsi, the Houghton meeting. Now we'll deal with the meeting in detail and go through what transpired there. But for purposes of the point we're dealing with, if we go to page 203, are you there, witness I?
Yes.
This is a transcript of the recording that was taken by one of the participants of this meeting. You'll recall even in your statement you noted that you learned later that the meeting was recorded. Is that correct?
Yes.
So this is a transcript that was produced by DPCI. Oh goodness. If you go to just about the middle of the page, where it says, man 2, all right, talk with me then. Maybe we start at man 1. Right in the middle of the page, it says, man 1, it's the true reflection of what transpired, but let me give you a glimpse into what I penned. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now, I'm just going to go through it quickly. Now, you see, from my reading of this, man 1 was
yes,
you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, continue. Maybe you are about to deal with what I wanted to raise.
All right. Man 1 appears to have been you.
Do you confirm that, witness I? Are you man 1 there when you read this and in accordance with your own recollection? Are you man 1?
Yes, Commissioner.
And on my reading, man 2 appears to have been the crime intelligence officer. From your reading, can you confirm that?
Yes.
And man 3 appears to be Mr. Mahotsi.
Yes.
Now, when you go from that middle of the page, right, you'll see there, you say, it's the true reflection of what transpired, but let me give you a glimpse into what I penned. Man 2 says, all right, talk with me then. Man 1, which is you, says, it's the truth, ne? It's not mentioned in my statement. Even the witnesses, they're not going to mention it. It's the truth, the real truth. But the real truth, I got it after the incident, after all these things. Man 2 says, yeah. You then say, what was happening with those guys, they wanted to, inaudible, while they wanted to do that, when things now come to the open, and it says inaudible speaking in Sotho. Man 3 then says, but for you to be hijacked, where was it coming from? Man 1, you say Durban. Man 3, from Durban until the inaudible. Man 1, all of us were involved. Man 3 is inaudible. Man 1, you say, I arrived. Okay, you know what happened. I arrived, ne? Man 2 says, when I arrived, this is you now. He said I needed to be briefed. While I was still being briefed, inaudible arrived. I immediately got there, inaudible arrived. When I got there, within 3 minutes, inaudible arrived. From the context, it appears to have been General Khan. Then Man 3 says, that's when they legitimized the operation. You say, Man 3 says, when was the operation legitimized after? And then it says inaudible, or they found them. And then it says man 1, yeah, man 3, all right. You go to the next page, man 1. After a couple of months after, I remember the guys, they were hitting inaudible. They now came to open, and when it came to open, they were fast in thinking. They legitimized things as if they were inaudible. They made calls and all that. They always called me being called. I legitimized the operation in a sense. At organized crime, I was heading somewhere inaudible, so they contacted me. Hey man, your things are here. Now, after that, it starts talking about where was Kado, which I suspect is where was Kadwa. But what it appears to me is that you were explaining to the gentleman that you are called to legitimize these operations. And then one more reference in this is at page 205. Now, this is when you are discussing what to do to stop General Khan's hearing. And there was a suggestion that a letter be written to the minister. And again, in the middle of the page, you'll see where man 3 says, actually, let's start earlier, where you say, it's just the second entry. Man 3 says, now I'm saying the promotion you're talking about, it doesn't need for us to get Libya to do it. I think we need to pull proper strings. You say, Man 3 says, to pull proper strings, you can take these men down, these people. You can take them down alone. Man 1, you say, I can. Man 3 says, you. Man 1, you say, me. Man 3 says, yeah, you have to taken them down. We can get the minister inaudible tonight or tomorrow. And this, what we have just alluded, we will make it official, then there's no hearing. You then say the story of and then Man 3 says, then there is no hearing because we know the only thing you cannot mention is that they asked you to come. They didn't say you'd come, but they say you were misled to say this inquiry is for this, whereas it is not. It was used to legitimize, and you then respond and say legitimize. And so, from this discussion, to my mind, it appears that what you were saying to them is that you use this inquiry to legitimize the operation. And when a scheme was being concocted to approach the minister, the only thing you were to exclude was the fact that you participated or used this inquiry to legitimize the 3 officers' presence. I know that was very long, but do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, and can I give an explanation to that, Commissioner?
Yes, you can give an explanation.
As I stated in my statement, that the meeting I had with the CI guy and Brown, I did suspect that I'm being recorded and that I'll play along with whatever they are doing. And the comments I made or the explanation I made of legitimizing is what I was informed by General Herba when he consulted with me. Remember, General Herba did investigation of General Kadwa and the DPCI members. When I consulted with him, the explanation, what I'm speaking of here, is the explanation he gave me that from his investigation, he suspects that I was being misled and used in using the inquiry by these members.
Witness, I'm not sure I follow your explanation. So are you saying that when you met with General Kharba and he told you his suspicions regarding that you were perhaps being used, you then took that story and recounted it at the meeting?
Yes.
To what end? For what purpose?
Yes, Ms. Bowie.
Commissioners, as mentioned before the adjournment, we do have an application by Chief Mashaba to be heard in partial camera. Chief Mashaba is here, but we have set him up remotely for purposes of moving this application. And depending on the Commission's ruling, there'll be a decision about how we proceed. Chief Mashaba is also unrepresented. However, there is a short application before the Commission setting out his reasons. he's also online to explain his reasons.
Thank you, thank you. I assume when you say partially in camera, as I understand the application, it's about him not being here physically, but his face being shown and just testifying remotely, but everything else.
Chair, I think we will have to get clarity on
All right.
whether or not he wants his face shown. However, it's not an anonymity
Oh,
in the
okay,
sense of
all
his
right.
name or anything.
All right, all right. Good afternoon, Chief Mashaba.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Let's start perhaps right at the end. That is the issue I raised just now. Do you want your face not to be shown?
Not to be shown, sir. Chair.
All right, thank you. We have read your application. Can you please just state your basis very briefly on the understanding that we've read the application, but state why exactly you want to testify remotely and also in particular that your face not be shown?
Chair, thank you.
You
The
don't
reason
you don't have to mention your medical condition. Yes.
Well,
By name. You don't have to mention it by name. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. I am not well. Medically, I'm unfit. But I've seen it necessary that I physically come so that it mustn't give the commission an impression that maybe I'm running away or something like that. But I also wanted to, maybe the evidence leader, to see how I look so that she believes or he believes what I say. So I am not well, Chairperson.
You see what I want to, in fact, we want to get an idea of is if you can testify, you can speak from where you are. What's the difference between that and being here in this auditorium?
Well, if the chair see it fit, I can come. But
No, I'm asking, sorry, don't misunderstand me. I want you to explain at this stage. I'm not making a ruling. I just want you to explain. I want to understand what the difference is.
maybe rephrase the question, Chair.
I'm saying, you are saying
I can hear, Chair.
you are saying you can testify from where you are. What I want to understand is why is it that you cannot testify in this auditorium?
Well, I'm struggling to, I've got a short breath and I'm struggling to also walk properly. Maybe that's the reason why I said I can. And I'm also coughing. So maybe that's the reason I said I cannot appear in this state.
Anything else, Chief Mashaba?
Other than that, no, there's no other reason, Chair.
Chief Mashaba, just so that we understand, you're seeking to testify your name. In your application, you didn't ask for your name not to be revealed. And in the application, you're also not asking that your face not be shown. So am I correct to understand your application as being you really are asking for a virtual hearing, that's all, instead of sitting in
Yes,
in the auditorium?
yes, Chairperson.
Okay, thank you.
Something I forgot. Your medical certificate says, or rather, yeah, you are not well until 5 June 2026. Do you want to comment on that? Because ordinarily, if you were to make a request of this nature, perhaps we would, I hope I don't sound overly strict, we would have expected perhaps that you got another medical certificate going beyond 5 June. Do you want to comment on that?
I actually thought after being discharged on the 1st, I will then monitor my health. If I come right, I will then come. If I not by right, I would have went back to hospital. But because I think this is part of the reasons, maybe it's stressing this thing, I said I want to get it over and done with.
Oh, thank you, thank you. There's Chief Mashaba, Ms. Bowen.
Commissioners, the evidence leaders oppose this application for a number of reasons. The first is, as Chair has noted, the sick note doesn't cover the current period. And so as matters stand, we don't have anything from Chief's doctor asserting that he's unwell, except his say-so. The second is that the application itself is quite belated. Chief was subpoenaed on the 21st of May, hospitalized on the 25th of May, and discharged from the 1st of June. Thereafter, he informed us of his hospitalization and discharge. And it was only last night that Chief Mashaba approached us to tell us about potentially bringing this application. Moreover, the Commission, when approached by witnesses who have health reasons and need reasonable accommodations so that they are able to testify, we have done so, including having intermittent breaks for witnesses to be able to take medications or indicate if they are uncomfortable. And I see no reason why the same approach shouldn't be adopted with Chief Mashaba. He was well enough to come to the Commission. We can hear him clearly. He can present himself to the stand, and if necessary, and there's evidence to that effect, he can be excused or the testimony can proceed through other means.
Chief Mashaba, thank you, Ms. Bowe. Do you wish to respond to the submissions by Ms. Bowe?
Well, it was explained to me, Chair, that my application is late, but I still reiterate that if the Commission sees it fit, I can still come, because I don't want to be seen as I want to maybe delay, or I'm running away from the proceeding.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, maybe to save time of the commission also, let me not go further. That's my submission for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's adjourn. We'll indicate when we are ready.
No, as I suspected that, remember when I got to the scene, immediately when I found out that this is the CI guy, I knew the CI guy reports to General Khan. So I needed to give them what will please them. Because I knew immediately when I saw him that I knew that he's reporting to General Khan. And as I said that I needed to play along, I needed to give them what it will please them. That's why when the responder was giving, I was narrating, I didn't tell him that it's what General Herber was suspecting. I just told him as if it's my recollection.
We will deal with this recording in detail, but you will note that in this recording or your conversations with the two gentlemen, it is actually you who start speaking about the story, and you offer it to them. It is not you being asked, and you then portray
Commissioner-
that as the true account. Now, if you consider
Commissioner-
that, oh, my apologies, yes?
Commissioner, before we go further, the recording, this transcript, as I just needed, before we continue with it, I just needed to clarify that I doubt is the full disclosure of what was recorded. I suspect some of the things has been erased or not been put in. As some of the things indicated, doesn't involve full disclosure of the meeting we had. I'll say the recording or when it was sent to be transcribed, what was sent was already contaminated.
But you don't deny telling them this and representing it as the truth.
Yes.
And when you consider this representation or this version alongside what Sergeant Pakula says, isn't it reasonable for me to deduce that that was actually the real plan? Is that you had a conversation with Warrant Officer Pakula, you needed to legitimize the three's presence, and this is the document that you used?
No, Commissioner. That can be proved with my call records. I didn't know him and I never communicated with him. Even on the same day or before. I only knew him on the same day.
And thereafter you proceeded to talk to him?
Yeah, I communicated with him. I think it was when they were released from prison.
All right, thank you, Witness I. Now, let's continue with your statement. Yesterday, I think it was Commissioner Baloyi who asked you why you needed to tell Sergeant Pakula to bring a narcotic dog. You said you were informing him because he needed to know that he must bring a narcotic dog. Just to note that even in...
Yeah,
My apologies.
the reason I asked him to bring a narcotics dog, sometimes I meet him, you find that he doesn't have
Chief Mashaba, let me start by thanking you for stating in so many words that despite your application and what you are asking for, you are otherwise prepared to come and testify in open session. Many thanks for that. It shows that you are not in the least trying to be obstructive, which indeed we cannot at this stage of the Commission's processes afford, because we have very little time. Many, many thanks for that. Unfortunately, we must dismiss your application, and you must testify in open session. We may sound a bit unsympathetic or not empathetic, but the view the Commission takes is that one, your medical certificate says that you are in a condition to, I think it uses the term work beyond the 5th of June 2026. There has been no updated medical certificate after that. Also, it sounds to us that you can speak, and you speak well, I would say, based on what we heard during your application. For those very brief reasons, we refuse the application, but importantly, let me say this. We were informed very informally that you may need some accommodation in terms of perhaps seeking breaks here and there, that is, breaks that are in intervals that are shorter than what we are accustomed to. I assure you that we will be very accommodative, and I also want to say to you that you should feel free to indicate if you want to ask for a break. That's the ruling. I assume we will have to adjourn again for the witness
Yes, Chair.
to come in. Let us adjourn. You'll indicate when.
Thank you, Chair.
Good morning, Ms. Bowe.
Good morning, Chair, Commissioners. Chair, today we are continuing with the evidence of witness I. However, I did get communication from witness I. He would is requesting to talk to the evidence leaders urgently, and I would request from the Commission a short indulgence to speak to him.
We'll hear from you then when you are ready for us to start.
Yes, Chair.
Let's adjourn. Just for those present here and those viewing remotely, witness I wanted to have a discussion with Ms. Powe, the evidence leader, and that took quite some time. We are ready to proceed now.
Yes, Chair, we are.
Yes. Good morning, witness I.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Commissioners, during the break, first of all, we are thankful for the indulgence and the opportunity to consult. During that break, witness I indicated that he would like to do a short supplementary statement to address a few issues, and so we had to take that. We now beg your indulgence to hand up the supplementary statement so that we can start there this morning.
Thank you.
Witness I.
Yes, morning.
Witness I, can you confirm that you have a statement in front of you which is 4 pages?
Yes, I confirm.
And can you confirm that you prepared this supplementary statement to give further evidence this morning?
Yes, I confirm.
And can you go to the last page of the statement and confirm that that is your signature?
Yes, I confirm.
And can you confirm that the contents of the statement are true and correct?
Yes, I confirm.
And you also confirm that the initial at the foot of each page is yours.
I confirm, Commissioner.
Thank you, witness I. If we can then go through the statement, and can we proceed from paragraph 3?
Okay. Paragraph 3, preparing this statement to the testimony I made yesterday, particularly to deal with 2 aspects. Firstly, my relationship with Mr. Madlanga, and second, the status of the DPCI, terms in particular. Relationship with Mr. Madlanga. Yesterday, I testified that I do not have a direct relationship with Mr. Madlanga and that any communication was facilitated by Captain Zungu. I did not disclose that in 2023, I stayed at Mr. Madlanga's family property in Mamelodi for a period of approximately 2 years.
When
The
you mean,
circumstances-
sorry, witness, when you say familial property, do you mean his parental home?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Continue.
The circumstances of my stay are as follows. On or about September 2023, there was an attempt on my life. I was residing in Mamelodi when a group of 4 men attacked me at my residence. I was inside the house when I heard a loud bang at the gate. I went outside with my wife, holding my state firearm. When I opened the gate, the group attacked me and hit my head with a metal object, resulting in a serious head injury. I was bleeding and incapacitated when they assaulted me, breaking my left hand and several fingers. They then stole my state-issued firearm and left me for dead. My wife called the police and an ambulance. I was transported to the nearest hospital where I was hospitalized for a period of about a week. The state firearm was later recovered by Tom's members. I heard that the attack was a hit and that the group was actually sent to kill me. I did not get any information regarding who may have sent the group to kill me. Fearing that my home had been compromised, I was trying to think of a solution to ensure that me and my family are safe. Captain Zungu had a similar fear. He warned that I was injured and that the group may come back and finish the job. He then suggested that I relocate temporarily and that he will arrange a house for me. He then took me to a house. I did not know at the time whose house it was. I only found
Please, Seekers Ncube.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Commissioners, the next witness is Chief Mashaba. He has elected to take the oath.
Good afternoon, Chief Mashaba.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Do you please place your full names on record?
Samuel Tiane Mashaba.
Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you, Chief Mashaba.
Thank you, Chair. Chief Mashaba, in front of you, I put out your file with your witness statement that you prepared for purposes of your evidence today. If you could just go and check from page 1 and then go to page 12 and confirm that the signature on page 12 is your signature, please.
Yes, it's my signature.
And do you confirm the correctness of your statement?
Yes, I do. Sure.
Okay. Chief, how we're going to deal with it this afternoon is you will be given liberty to either read your statement or give your version of events insofar as the Ayrton drug bust is concerned and your involvement therein. If you feel more comfortable reading your statement, which is preferable, then please do so. We won't interrupt you, but we may ask clarifying questions, and then we will adjourn for the day, and tomorrow we will then do the cross-examination. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if we can then proceed and start on page 1 of the documents, you can start on page 1. And again, as the chair said, if you do need a comfort break, if you can just give us an indication and we will oblige. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Please proceed on page 1, and you can start from paragraph 1, introduction, and just read from paragraph 1.
I, Samuel Tiane Mashaba, state the following under oath in English, that I'm an adult male traffic officer. I joined Gauteng Traffic Office in 2003 as a trainee in Buchenwald Kloof Traffic College in Pretoria West. In 2004, I again joined a provincial taxi violence task team. In 2006, I was then seconded to Premier's office as a supervisor. Correction, I omitted, as an acting supervisor, PPI, to form VIP escort unit, assisting the Premier's team, the President and the Deputy President's convoys. In 2013, I was then promoted to a Chief Provincial Inspector post at the Premier's office in charge of same teams, Premier, RSA 1 and 2. In 2018, I was politically and forcefully removed. I was even arrested and detained at Johannesburg Central, together with my 3 other colleagues. And the following day, the matter was not placed on the roll, and we were released. I was then suspended. Upon my reinstatement, I was transferred to Vereeniging Regional Office as the head of the service point or region. In 2020, I was appointed as the Acting Deputy Director, Sidibeng District, Southern Corridor. The Ayrton drug bust.
Before you proceed to the Ayrton drug bust, what is your current position?
Chief.
And when were you appointed chief?
2013.
So you say in 2020 you were appointed as acting deputy director.
Yes.
But you say that now you're the chief. What is, I'm not following.
I was acting
Yes.
on the in 2020.
Oh, so you retained your permanent position as the chief, but you were appointed as the acting director.
I was a chief. I am a chief appointed
13.
2013. In 2020, I was appointed as the acting. This is the next level after the chief.
Yes, that's why I'm asking, are you still now the acting deputy director or the permanent deputy director, or what is your title?
Maybe I can say I'm demoted. I'm still a chief.
Okay, so that was just your acting post in 2020, and you didn't get a permanent appointment. So your position now is back to what it was in 2013, before the, okay, thank
Yes.
you. You may proceed.
Everton drug bust. On Thursday, the 8th July 2021, I received a tip-off from Mr. Tumelonku of a truck traveling from Durban to Johannesburg, which was allegedly suspected to have drugs in its cargo. I then asked Mr. Nku to first confirm if the information was positive before I could act on it. On the following morning, February the 9th, July 2021,
Friday.
Friday.
at about 5 o'clock a.m., I received a call from Mr. Nku, who confirmed that the information was positive and that I should come meet him at a certain place in Alberton. I then left the house to the agreed location, driving a silver grey State VW Golf 7, and I need to emphasize this, whereas it's not in the statement, that the information I got was that I need to be careful who to involve, because it involves senior law enforcement officials. So I met Mr. Nku, and he gave me a briefing
Was
on his information.
Sorry. This about not involving others. Was it Mr. Nku who said this?
Yes, Chair.
All right, thank you.
I met Mr. Nku, and he gave me a briefing on his information and the truck in question. After the briefing, I decided to engage the process for intercepting the truck and to have it searched. I needed backup to conduct such a process, and it is in that regard that I sought assistance from other officers. I contacted Warrant Officer Pokungwani from Alberton Subs Detectives. I requested him to come and assist me. He indicated that he was not available as he had just got vaccinated. He also could not refer me to anyone else on duty at Alberton Subs. However, he gave me Warrant Officer Mahana's contact number to check if he could assist me. I then phoned Warrant Officer Mahane for assistance. He told me he could not assist at that moment. However, he did indicate that if I did not get assistance, I can check with him later on. I then phoned Lebo from PIU, Gauteng, who told me he doesn't have a motor car and could not assist as well. At about 15 to 20 minutes, I phoned Warrant Officer Mahane again for assistance. Fortunately, he was now available and he agreed to come and assist, to assist. I sent him my location, and within 30 minutes, he arrived where I was with Mr. Nku. He was driving his official vehicle, a Nissan NP 300 Baki. I then introduced him to Mr. Nku, and after briefing him, Mr. Nku narrated the information again to Warrant Officer Mahane. He then decided we would go to the premises of Yellow Jersey Logistics, where the truck was allegedly parked. We then approached the premises and asked for a depot manager. After a short while, the manager came, to whom we introduced ourselves. We informed him that we wanted to conduct a search in one of the trucks in the premises. I remember him by his first name, Ardas. We gave him the exact container number, which we got from Mr. Nku, which we requested to search. He agreed and confirmed that the truck in question was still in the premises. He also advised that the truck was carrying the load for their customer, Scania, in Araten, where the truck would ultimately go. When we wanted to search the truck, Ardes told us that he would have a problem allowing us to break the seals at Yellow Jersey Logistics, as the customer might have an issue with that. I suggested that we escort the truck to the customer and let Ardes or his security escort us to confirm that we are not bogus cops. Ardes agreed. We were then accompanied or escorted by Yellow Jersey Logistics security to Scania's office in Araten. As such, it was me, Warrant Officer Mahane in the black Nissan Baki, belonging to the state, Mr. Nku's BMW, as well as the Yellow Jersey Escort Baki that went with the truck to the Scania at Araten. We arrived in Araten at about 8 o'clock a.m. When we reached Scania, we introduced ourselves and explained to Scania employees the reason we were there. We then requested to see the manager. We then directed the truck be parked at the offloading bay. We, that's myself, Warrant Officer Mahane and Mr. Nku, parked about 80 meters from the truck where from the truck was parked. The person who introduced herself as a manager was Miss Jolene, who was also the recipient of the truck. Another person by the name of Cornelius also came. He's the one who gave instructions to the Scania workers to open the container. When the container opened, black bags started falling down. At that point, we realized that the tip-off was indeed correct. There were drugs in those bags. As the truck was still loaded with truck parts, we decided to bring the Nissan Baki driven by Warrant Officer Mahane next to the truck so that we can secure the exhibits and further search the container if there were more drugs other than what we could see. We loaded the fallen bags into Warrant Officer Mahana's black Nissan Baki, assisted by Scania employees. We directed that the truck further reverses onto the bay so that the forklift can drive in and offload the truck parts. I then informed both Jolene and the driver, Vusim Tembu, that I was placing them under arrest for possession of drugs. We then started to count all the bags to be 23 in number, and we placed them securely on the baki. I was informed by Warrant Officer Mahana that he contacted Warrant Officer Pakula from National Investigative Unit to come help process the scene. While still waiting for Warrant Officer Pakula, private security and boys in subs van came in to where we were parked. The subs members found me standing with Warrant Officer Mahana outside waiting for Warrant Officer Pakula. They informed us that they got a complaint about bogus corps members. We then introduced ourselves to the two police officers, and they were satisfied with our identities. Thereafter, Warrant Officer Pakula arrived driving a red Kia Cerato. I went to meet with Warrant Officer. I went to meet him with Warrant Officer Mahana, and we briefed him, Warrant Officer Pakula, about what had happened. I also pointed to him that the driver whom I already placed under arrest. After getting the information, Warrant Officer Pakula requested to see the person who was receiving the cargo. I had him request Warrant Officer Mahana to contact the photographer, which Warrant Officer Mahana did through assistance of Boysen's subs members. Warrant Officer Pakula was busy obtaining a statement from Jolene when suddenly several police cars with officers started driving in. There was a lot of commotion, and we got the feeling that we were viewed with suspicion. I can say that there were instances of confrontation. One of the officers who had confrontation with Warrant Officer Pakula was later known as Warrant Officer Khotso, who was accompanied by Colonel Ndlela. However, Colonel Ndlela was happy with the success and congratulated us. Warrant Officer Khotso had a problem and started arguing with Warrant Officer Pakula. And his argument was that, why didn't we have an inquiry to effect an arrest? Which Warrant Officer told him there was no time to open an inquiry. Then he said, Major General Khan of Crime Intelligence was on his way. Warrant Officer Pakula had earlier called members of the Provincial Dog Unit, K9, to come to the scene. They then arrived together.
Just don't mention the name.
The name of?
Yes, don't mention Just say
The
at
first,
this point.
the first name on the third line of paragraph 20.
So the Lieutenant Colonel, don't mention that name.
Okay.
Sorry.
They then arrive together at this point. Then the captain I must mention.
Yes, the captain is fine.
Oh,
So can I just read it?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Perhaps the best would have been to make changes beforehand. Otherwise, what happened with Sergeant
Previous.
Kosi
Oh, no, I get it.
will happen here as well.
no, I think I get you. Can I proceed?
It only appears there for now. Yes, you may proceed.
Yes.
Captain Medupi also arrived. The dock unit members were ready to perform their duties. When General Khan arrived, he stopped them. Everything got out of hand. He did not ask for a briefing from us and simply did not want to listen to us. He went to other persons instead and got the version which he entertained. He was behaving like a man with all the powers and took charge of the scene. General Khan instructed Warrant Officer Mahane to sit in his buggy. Then that's where the altercation between me and General Khan began, when I confronted him and asked, why is he instructing Mahane to sit in his car, which looks like an arrest? General Khan also took me to where my car was parked. He then took my cell phone, searched my car for drugs, but there was nothing. He then took my service firearm and put it in the exhibit bag. He then called 2 TRT subs members to guard me, and I must stay next to my car. Meaning I was removed from the scene, and told me he wants to talk to my boss, Chief Director Advocate Tami Maisela. He then called Deputy Director Mandla Skonyani and asked if he knows me. The phone was on speaker. Mandla then agreed he knows me. Then General Khan asked to talk to my boss, Chief Director Advocate Tami Maisela. Then fortunately, my boss and Mandla Skonyani were together. And Mandla gave the Chief Director, Advocate Tami Maisela, the phone, still on loudspeaker. He inquired whether I'm still employed, suspended or fired at the department. My boss confirmed that I'm still an employee and asked Khan what is the problem. Khan responded that he found me on the scene of drugs in Ayrton. My boss said he doesn't care what I did. I must just be locked up. But then General Khan wanted to release me. I refused and said, if he releases me, he must release the other guys also. But if he arrests them, he must also arrest me. At this stage, there was chaos with a lot of police officers on the scene. Our success was hijacked from us by police officers who wanted to claim our success. Sorry, the only reason for them to claim success was by arresting us, and that is exactly what they did. At around 1:30, 13:30, we were arrested by DPCI Hawks team that came last at the crime scene. These were Brigadier Sekgobela, Colonel Stein, Colonel Maluleka, Captain Sibola, Captain Norkie. They arrested us and took charge of the scene. The driver, Vusim Tembu, Cornelius, and Miss Jolene, who were placed under arrest, were released, and the truck was not even taken to SIP 13. Excuse. After the arrest, we were taken to Boysens police station for detention, and was detained at around 19:30 until Monday, the 12th July 2021. To our surprise, we were treated very bad during detention in the cells, and we were told, as per General Kadwa's instructions,